Welcome to the Winds of Chaos, the Dungeons & Dragons campaign where you can influence the course of the game. You can harness the Winds of Chaos, this nefarious force of change sweeping across the lands of Gondara, by donating bits during the stream to help or hinder our heroes. For 300 bits, our heroes may find a useful, mundane, non-magical item. For 400 or 500 bits, you can buff the monsters that our heroes are facing with a minor or major mutation, respectively. Special thanks to our community's very own Bo the Distance for creating the random monster mutation table that we roll on for these redeems. For 600 bits, you can compel a player character's flaw. 700 bits grants inspiration to one player character. That's a reroll of a d20 during a clutch moment. And for 800 bits, you can make Flutter die roll on the Wild Magic Surge table, our community's favorite. Flutter's character, Kiona, is a wild magic sorcerer. That means that she doesn't have full control over her arcane powers, and every now and then, well, you'll just have to wait and see what happens. Finally, subscribers to the Dungeon Masters channel, that's Twitch TV/GhostPepper, can harness the Winds of Chaos to blow a custom NPC or magic item of appropriate level into the party's path. Please DM me on Discord for more info. Oh, one last thing. If you're a regular supporter of this campaign and redeeming or subscribing or things like that are things that you do fairly regularly, please consider subscribing to our monthly coffee plan. We use the proceeds from that to go directly towards funding improvements to the game, music, artwork, subscriptions to different services that make our game that much better. Any monthly supporters get a free Major Monster Mutation, Wild Magic Surge, custom NPC, or magic item once per month. We really appreciate all of our coffee subscribers, all of our bits redeemers, and every single one of you who watches the game. Please enjoy the show.
Oh, sorry. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Oh,
But
God.
taught myself to never
Hello,
say
everyone.
the name.
I think we
Hi.
might be live. Yeah.
We're talking
Well,
about
have-
theater stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have taught myself never to
that's
say
a
the name
crazy
just so that
story,
I
though.
don't say it in a theater.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah.
That's so I call it McBee with a Scottish play. You know.
Scottish play.
All right,
yeah.
everyone
Yeah.
should be unmuted now.
We are unmuted.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Please let me know if you can hear everybody.
What's going on, friends?
It is
Okay,
a
I will
pretty
turn
crazy
down
story though. Like when you look into why people think Macbeth is cursed, like
I get
Well,
it.
because
That's like the one
theaters,
curse
it's
that I'm like,
historically
okay, fair enough.
the last play a theater puts on because it's their last
Right.
ditch effort to bring
Yeah.
in the audience, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's just meant
that
it's
better,
just supposedly
chat?
cursed.
Thank
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
you. We love
Hey,
hearing
sorry.
you, but we need some
I'm
balance.
so loud. I'm always loud.
Oh, that's funny. Thank you, Megan, by the way.
Megan.
I think you might be right. Flutters. Do I have Flutter turned way up? No, I don't. Okay.
No, you should have me turned way down.
I don't have you turned way down. I'm never gonna turn you way down. Get wrecked.
Never gonna turn you down. Never gonna give you
That's
up.
right. That feels like a song coming on.
Oh
Never
my
gonna roll some
God.
dice and hurt you.
Guys, I love
Something.
it. Oh my God.
I'll try and move my mic
Flutter's
closer.
mic
Further
issues
away.
are always that she's too quiet though. And now she's
Isn't
too
it,
loud.
though?
Like
Is
yeah.
this better?
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
at least for me.
I know I could bring my mic closer to my face, but then it would be in the middle of everything, and I can't.
yeah. God, God, remember
Okay,
my
much
old
better?
mic? I used to have
Hi,
that.
chat.
Have it like
How
this.
are you, chat?
I love it, Wolf. Please keep doing
Hey, there we
you
go.
ASMR.
Hello, tonight
That's
we're
perfect.
doing episode 130 of The Winds of Chaos. Welcome.
that. Yes.
Episode 69, part what?
Yeah. Oh
I don't
God,
remember.
math.
69.42 or something. I don't know.
64, 30.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We figured out we're not announcing anything tonight. There's not an official announcement of any particular thing that is happening, but we actually calculated when episode 69 part 69 is going to be. And it's actually falls on an auspicious date, or very close to one, and we do have a plan in the works. So there's going to be a special episode 69 part 69
I'm so
celebration of some kind.
excited. I'm so excited.
Oh my god.
Let me tell you
That's
the
good.
sorts of things that I can do with a banhammer. Winky face.
Oh my gosh. Poor Max.
I'm sorry,
Torbax.
Ghost, because you missed it. I know because you were streaming. I ran my campaign yesterday. I presented
Yep.
my players. Now to be fair to my players, Pug was not there, so
Mm.
maybe this affected something.
Mm.
My players went to a magic shop in the second largest town in my setting, and I presented them with a. What is it? The rod, whatever rod that Mazra has, the immovable rod.
The immovable
rod. Yeah.
Yeah, so I presented them
rod.
with one. They
Yeah.
did not purchase it.
Oh, fools!
I'm just like, how? How did they not buy it? Like, I could not believe it.
The
Like,
most obvious answer is that
Right?
they have to have, like what?
I don't know.
What?
Anyway,
Like the most
they're
useful
crazy.
thing in the whole fucking world, actually.
Right? I know. I
Like-
couldn't believe it. Apparently,
It
they
is-
did lose all their money. I don't know how.
It is, since the bag of holding was fixed, it is the most OP
It is.
utility item
Yeah.
in
It's
D&D.
so useful.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Now, if you go all the way back to like first and second edition D&D, the bag of holding is OP because people theory crafted it into, if you turn it upside down, you can put yourself inside it and pass through walls. Yeah.
Holy
People
crap.
did so in third edition D&D, they said if you turn a bag of holding inside out, all the contents spill out and it loses its magic.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's like
Yeah.
a big middle finger to those early edition players.
Speaking of, if you
I
need
got
ideas, there are loads of really good Reddit threads about ideas to use with the immovable rod. So
Really?
that's how I
Oh, yeah.
learn a lot of D&D things, is looking up stuff on Reddit.
Mhm.
Oh.
I love it.
if you have two of them, then you have a ladder
Yep,
to
essentially.
anywhere.
That's why
Right, yeah.
one day I'll get another one, and the end is nigh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna switch from. I'm sorry, Bo. I'm gonna switch from Nightingale and Ren to just fighting with dual immovable rods.
Just laddering.
Dual immovable rods, yeah.
Amazing.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, but it's true. Torbax is right.
Amazing.
Most of the stream,
Yeah.
my players return to find gold. To be fair, but
yeah.
You guys, I got invited to do coming up in the future, next couple of months, a Pathfinder.
Oh, that sounds
game
fun.
With an old friend. I'm very
Really?
excited. Yeah.
let us
Yeah.
know what you think. I've never played Pathfinder. I've heard
only
good things.
My brother plays it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm very excited. It's looking to be an interesting crew that's gonna be playing. So, I'm ready. Ready for some really
Nice.
exciting things.
Yeah.
World of D&D.
Pathfinder definitely took a different design direction from D&D, which is not a bad thing, but is definitely a lot more of reading through the books.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Hello,
Yeah.
Bo.
Bo, welcome.
All the distance. Joe says hi.
Hello,
Tell Chuck we
Joe.
say hi back.
Hello, Joe.
We love him. We love you too, Bo.
Hello, Joe.
That's right.
You guys, Bo and Stryker, particularly, but everybody in the chat, Torvax, anybody that hangs out for our games, also, I don't know, Ghost Pepper and I were talking before we got on here, and I was looking at some abilities of Kiona's that I don't necessarily use as much as I should, ever, and maybe I should, and one of those is the Tides of Chaos, which is basically, she gets to have an advantage on a roll, at her choosing. But the payoff of that is that once she uses that, Ghost Pepper can make me roll on the Wild Magic Surge table anytime I cast a leveled spell to reset the ability to use that ability.
We want that race change. Just like
We want the race change. And I'm just saying, if we forget, I'm gonna try to use Tides of Chaos. So guys, you gotta remind us that maybe a surge should happen once I cast a leveled spell. You know, help us remember.
Will
okay?
Mazra still
Right.
love Kiona when she's a turtle?
Well, and as per the end of our session last week, we got a new level. So Kiona now gets to roll twice on the Wild Magic Search table and choose which number she gets. So increases her chances of getting
Yes.
a race change? Question mark.
Nice.
So yeah, just wanted to put that out there.
Should we say that because you're going to be put in a situation inevitably where you roll twice on the surge table and one of them is a 0, but it's also like disastrous,
It's also the worst.
and you're gonna want to pick the other one, but you're not gonna want to pick the other one because you want the race
I want
change.
the 0, right?
Right.
Yeah. So should we just say that if you roll a 0, even if you don't take that one, you get the race change?
Ooh.
I feel like that's
It's not
fair.
a bad idea.
What do you guys think in the chat? I think
It makes it twice as likely that it'll happen, and it hasn't happened in a while.
It really hasn't.
I
It's
was
been-
even-
she's been a
That'd be
tiefling for
nice.
a minute.
I
Mhm.
was even thinking of making it like on a roll of 5 or 10, but this does the same thing, doesn't it? Like,
Essentially,
Yeah, it might
yeah,
simplify
right?
it.
Doubles the chances, yeah.
Mhm.
I'm into it.
I like it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think picking the one above and below was something that I did for Shagraz's character.
Right, yeah, because
When
I
he
remember that's
guessed
what
it?
you did for that, but then when I
think
read
so,
the
yeah.
handbook, it says that you can pick, you roll twice and then you
Yeah.
can pick whichever one instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. 14, darling. We got 14.
Madness.
Level 14.
Cute.
Hell yeah.
Finally learning how to control the chaos.
Level 14. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to beginning. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's get this show on
I'm
the
ready.
road. All right. Well, the question of the day just popped. So the roleplay warm-up question for today is: if your character started a restaurant, so they took their adventuring gold, if they have any adventuring gold anymore, Gray Spire's team, and and took that money to start a restaurant or a tavern or whatever fast food chain, interpret it however you will. What would they serve on the menu? Like, tell us about their restaurant. That is like themed after them. While our player characters are thinking of their answer to the question, first of all, if you have a D&D or TTRPG character who is near and dear to your heart, especially if they were a guest character in this campaign, but not necessarily, we would like you to share your answer with us, because we just love talking characters. We love talking shop when it comes to TTRPGs. While our players are thinking about their answers, I'm going to give some thank yous out to the community. First of all, thank you to our coffee members, Bardo, Bruce Campbell Soup, Snozberries, and Pugworth for your ongoing support of this campaign. A coffee membership is $5 a month, the same as a Twitch sub, and with that you get monthly, a once a month free redeem that is that value or higher, according to our bits redeems, right? So you get to make Kiona roll a Wild Magic Surge table. You can add a magic item to the campaign. You can add an NPC to the campaign, or you can buff a monster with a major mutation. Please, coffee members, remember to use your monthly redeems because they have created some of the most fun in this campaign. Our current ultra powerful but mysterious magical artifact sentient knife named V is a result of one of our Coffee members' redeems, and it's been a lot of fun exploring that together with Food and Cauliflowers. Second thank you is to Bo the Distance and Starborn Striker in the chat for being our resident rules lawyers and apparently now our Wild Magic Surge connoisseurs, directors. So thank you both to you for helping us out in keeping the rules going. Third, thank you to Vinyl Stencil for helping us to organize the redeems so that we can not worry too much about asking the follow-up questions, getting things organized and things like that when somebody redeems their bits to control the chaos in this game. So thank you, Vinyl Stencil, for doing that. And final thank you, of course, is to all of you out in the chat, just for being you, just being so cool, being such a fun community to enjoy this game with and follow the story with. All right, now, oh my god, I can actually not scroll up. There it goes. Twitch chat was not scrolling up for me for some reason. I know that Megan submitted answers to the question, but I couldn't scroll up. But now it started working. Okay. So, if your character started a restaurant, what would they serve? So, Ephema would have like a cozy diner? A cozy diner or a cozy dinner? With all the stuff your grandma made, but served with wine and cocktails. Nice. And a lot of wild foraging ingredients too. Nice. I actually like that. I would love to.
Yeah, I love that.
Visit Epheme's restaurant.
Right.
Some wild mushroom soup.
Diner. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Megan. I just didn't know which one you meant because it could either of those words could have worked with that answer.
Right.
Darford would serve whiskey, and all the food would also have to have whiskey in it somehow. Good
Yes.
answer.
I love it.
That's another place I would like to eat, just on 2 different nights. Stew and brew, ale-based hearty stews. Nice Torvax.
Love it.
Nice Torvax. You know the restaurants where the staff degrades the patrons? That's the place Fielding would run, and it would just serve protein-heavy meals. That's amazing.
I love it.
I heard about those places. I think it's an interesting idea. I don't think I would like to go there. You know what I mean?
I know. I like the
know.
idea of it,
It's
but
like-
I don't think
yeah.
I would enjoy myself.
I wouldn't enjoy it either. I wouldn't enjoy it either.
Two
No.
similar places that have skirted the edge of being mean, but have definitely like put the smack down on you in terms of like. Dude,
Yeah.
I think actually, Stryker, were you there with me that time? When that woman
there's one in
like,
Vancouver.
smacked us down? I think it was at Disney World. But they were it wasn't you. Are you sure? It was a dine-in because I feel like it was that trip, but maybe it wasn't.
Yeah, there's a place like that here.
That's hilarious.
It was
That's
amazing
crazy.
because she like got mad at me for not eating all of my vegetables. Like
Oh.
really got nasty about it.
Oh.
And you know I love vegetables, but I was like hella full. I was like, nah, bitch. You do. It was you.
That's amazing.
Mhm.
That's amazing. That's so good.
Yeah.
True Root would own a tea cafe, of course. Just a giant
Yeah,
list
she
of types
did.
of teas. Yep.
Yeah, she threatened to like force feed me with it, like put it in my mouth.
I
like,
mean,
with
some
fork.
people would pay for that kind of service, but
Right. Well, and it was fun. You know what I mean? There was she never did anything too far or anything, but she was a pistol, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I work in a high school, so I low key get insulted and degraded every single day. Savage. That's not true. I love.
Oh my
I love
God,
where I work.
Ghost.
They can't.
I don't know. Ghost, do you have a Instagram account? Because I saw a hilarious reel today that I really wanted to send you, but I didn't know how. And it was about a teacher.
Okay. I'm about.
You don't have to
give
announce it
you-
on stream.
No. I'm
Okay.
about I'm about to give you the most old man response ever. I have an Instagram account, but I
Okay.
can't get into my Instagram account.
Classic. I've been there.
And it's not even like I've tried the password recovery thing, and it's like if I try to get a password recovery, it's like sign into your Facebook account to get your password back.
God.
And so I do, and it's like this email is not associated with a Facebook account, so I'm like, fine,
What?
then I'm gonna sign up for a Facebook account with that email, and when I try to enter that email, it's like this email is already associated with a
Yeah.
Facebook account. So I'm actually like stuck in a recursive loop
It's a
of not
loop,
being able to
yeah.
access my
God.
Instagram. Yeah.
amazing.
That's crazy. Well, here, I'll just tell you
and-
about it. Basically, go
Yeah.
ahead.
No, you go ahead. I want to hear.
Okay. Well, so it was a teacher talking to his phone camera. And he's like, if I look
Yeah.
a little bit rough today, it's because one of my students said, you look like when you leave a location, you say, let's skedaddle. And because that kid, all of the kids started calling this teacher the skedaddler because of that. And worse still, whenever he stood up or like went to walk around the room or like left the room, they would play that like, God, it's the sound effect that Roadrunner makes when he's like starting to run, but he's not going anywhere. Like, oh my God, it was just it's so bad. So they would just play that shit on their phones anytime he'd stand up or move. Oh
That like
God, it was
woo, 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 woo.
yeah, exactly. Skedaddler. I know, kids are fucking
Oh
brutal. I
my
knew
God,
Ghost
the
was gonna
skedaddler.
kick out of that. Yeah.
That's amazing.
And for the
That's
record,
actually
he
amazing.
totally looked like somebody who would say, let's skedaddle to be
Let's
fair to the
skedaddle.
students. Oh,
Let's
shit.
They
skedaddle.
weren't
The
wrong.
skedaddler.
Oh,
Oh
no.
my God.
know.
Oh my God.
That's
That is
so
so
funny.
funny.
Oh my
That is
Yeah.
so
All right,
funny.
somebody needs to
But
use
you
their
know-
redeems to make a skedaddler. That's like-
Yeah, yes. Oh
Need
my
to see or
God.
something.
The
Please.
skedaddler.
God. Oh, shit.
But this is the thing. That's the I don't want to get off too much of a tangent, but that's the mark of somebody who like the kids love that teacher.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's
Yeah.
they don't do that for teachers they don't like.
You have to
No.
care a lot about somebody to go to those lengths. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, shit.
You do. You have to care about them a lot to
Yeah.
do that. Yeah. So it's like, yeah. All right. So, let's get on to our party here.
Emotional trauma.
Oh God. yeah.
Well, no, you guys have to give your answer first. Is that what you serve
Oh, no. Okay.
at your
Sorry.
restaurant?
I mean, that
Okay.
sounds pretty
Oh,
advanced for
I mean,
this
that
party.
sounds pretty accurate, honestly. We do have a tavern.
Emotional
And-
damage.
Foodle.
Okay.
Foodle.
What
What does Foodle serve at his restaurant?
So Foodle's restaurant is probably like either part of if she'll have him either part of Afima's restaurant or like next door or something like that. Not to like be in competition or whatever, but like Foodle's a hunter. He's just gonna hunt stuff and make stews like
Right.
his mom and dad used to make, and there's not gonna be any alcohol. So if people want, they can go over to Afima's, right? But there's going to be
Right.
smoke leaf. There's going to be, other types of. There's going to be teas with, stuff that he learned from Pantalonia,
Andrea.
Pantalonia.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Andrea
stuff like that.
Pantalonia,
Yeah, there you
Right.
go, Megan.
So that's like when you got like a restaurant and bar combo, or like a
Yeah.
restaurant and like grocer combo.
Yeah. Yeah, Torvax
Yeah.
and Megan have got it. Yeah, the outdoor smoke barbecue.
Outdoor
Oh my
smoke barbecue.
There
is
you
cool.
go.
Well, okay.
You get-
Well,
Could you
There you
could you
got it.
to a
imagine?
certain
Do you
extent.
imagine outdoor smoke barbecue, and then you got a whole bunch of these like big like Texas rednecks coming over? They're like, "We're here for the smoke barbecue," and then it's a bunch of pot.
hippies, lighting
With hippies.
fucking blunts.
Yeah, shit.
But the
Can you
thing
imagine?
is,
That's
okay,
amazing.
but we could make it happen
Yeah.
because Kiona's is probably barbecue, you guys. Let's talk about like meat and
Mm.
potatoes. This is what Kiona does.
Mm.
She's gonna have
Mm.
campfire food, so we're gonna have the barbecue.
Mhm.
So Foodle will probably be the source of
She's-
Kiona's meats as well.
She's become
outside of the
become,
farming
like-
community, because she'll have the beef too.
she's become
mhm.
like Miss Fire as well, like a
Right?
pretty
Yes.
pretty fire based.
So her smoked meats are slightly
that.
different than Foodle's.
Yeah, that's true.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
That'd be dope.
But
love
yeah,
it.
that's her. But she'll have
Now
unique
is
quality
is
beers
she
and ale
is she
and
gonna
meats and stuff.
Mm.
now is she gonna serve barbecued horse?
I don't believe that will be on the menu. No.
Probably not. Oh my
No, but you can
God.
get a side of a good show with a horse while you.
Oh yeah, that's true.
There you go. There you go.
Chaos Meats. That's such a good name
Chaos
too.
Meats.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's great.
All right.
Mazra?
What about Mazra? What's Mazra serving at her restaurant?
She'd have like a home cook orc food restaurant with like a orc chef in residence.
Mm.
There will be horse
Ooh.
stew, yes.
Mm.
Sorry.
There will be horse stew. Sorry.
On the side, she'll
If
start.
Kiona ever catches wind.
Oh no.
She's gonna start the.
Oh my god.
Lysantian
that
version of
the
McDonald's
beginning of the end.
as well.
Oh shit.
Oh my god, the horse stew.
No.
It's Wednesday's special.
Yeah. Oh my god. That's so awesome. I mean, like, we've decided that the orcs are like Highland
That's right,
Scots,
Striker.
right? So so would it be like basically Scottish food kind of thing?
Probably.
I like
Yeah,
that. We
horse
can get some
haggis.
good haggis. Not
Yeah.
horse haggis. With
Gosh dang it,
Look.
Ghost.
Cormantia, Lysantia has
Kiona
plenty
would
of
never
people who
eat
trying to
at
get rid of that
Monster's
kind of meat.
restaurant.
Oh my god. Thank you, Shagraz. The horse Mazra eating Kiona's horse is the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, seriously. Oh my god.
Just week after week. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Flutter. Okay. There's one more segment before we start, folks. One
Yes.
more. We are
I told you
blessed.
it was gonna be emotional trauma.
We are
True.
blessed with another entry of Dear Ephema this week. Wolf, remember that this tends to be quiet, so you might have to turn the Kenku bot
Okay,
volume up.
got it.
You might have to max it out.
Okay.
Turn
it up.
So, while Wolf is seeing to that, I'm just going to remind everybody that Dear Ephema is a segment where Ephema, everyone's favorite Woods Witch, reads out one Winds of Chaos viewer's question to her each week, and she gives an answer to it. And so if you would like to get some advice from everyone's favorite Woods Witch, head on to the Pepper Patch Discord. Go to the Dear Ephema section under Dungeons and Dragons. Submit your question, and each week Ephema will randomly pick one question to read out and answer on air. So here is Dear Ephema, week 13.
Greetings, friends, and welcome to the Winds of Chaos latest segment, Dear Ephema, where I, your favorite local Woods Witch, reads everybody's letters and answers your questions. This week's letter comes from Peter, who says, Dear Ephema, that's me! I went to see the Taylor Swift Eras movie, and long story short, I now want to be a wee Woods Witch and cast my spells while dancing around a fire in my cloak at night. How do I achieve my new dream? Well, Peter, it's actually quite easy to become a Woods Witch. There's no, council of approval. There's no forms to be signed in triplicate. You basically just go out and do it, just grab your cloak, go into the woods at night, be safe, take some light with you to find your way. Don't wander too far from territory that you're familiar with, but then just do it, just swing that cloak and wave your arms like you just don't give a shit and commune with the forest spirits. There are a few guidelines to follow in general when you're becoming a Woods Witch. The first thing is that you probably want to find your own woods. Don't try to use the same woods as another witch who's already established herself. That would lead to a territorial dispute. Those can be very messy. You don't really want to participate in one of those. But find your own woods, fresh, unclaimed woods, or approach another Woods Witch and ask if their woods are big enough to be divided into 2 territories. And if you work it all out ahead of time, it's generally fine. But just, ask first. And then really there's just the formalization of, becoming the Woods Witch. The first part is that you just call yourself a Woods Witch. You claim the woods, you call yourself a Woods Witch. It's fine. You might have to make a pact with the sacred ground that you are making claim to. Usually it only requires, 1 or 2 drops of blood produced by a thorny plant, unless there's complications. But there's usually just, a very simple process of dancing naked beneath the moonlight and, stating your intentions to the stars. So have fun doing that. It's really, freeing and empowering, honestly. Really, I should do it again. I really enjoyed those good old Wood Witch days. So, but always be safe. If you are approached by any dark entities, be certain to invoke the light, maybe run away. Don't get involved with the creatures of the night, because that definitely leads to complications. That's all the time we have this week, but be sure to tune in next week for another letter, and head over to the Pepper Patch Discord to submit your questions to me, Ephema. Greetings.
Oh my god.
All right. Another.
Man, I love those
good
every
one.
week. It's so good.
I love
Another
it.
good one. Oh my goodness. Peter talking about wanting to become a Woods Witch after seeing the Taylor Swift The Satanic Taylor Swift movie. You guys see that what Joe Biden tweeted after Kansas City won the Super Bowl?
No.
So there's this whole conspiracy theory coming out of Fox News.
Thing?
Yeah, because that's like the Dark Brandon thing. So there's this whole conspiracy theory that Biden is rigging the Super Bowl so that Kansas City wins to raise Taylor Swift's profile because she's Travis Kelce's girlfriend and she's at the Super Bowl, and it's going to create a narrative of like, you know, Taylor Swift, whoa, right? And then because she is like progressive, that's going to help Biden's re-election. And so when Kansas City won, Joe Biden posted a picture of himself with the glowing red eyes, like the Dark Brandon glowing red eyes, and it just said, "Just how we planned it."
Oh my god. That's amazing.
They have got to have some. What is it? The
Their PR
Gen
people are
Alpha,
great.
Gen Z on their social
yeah,
media team.
yeah,
Right?
somebody
They
young that
must.
is brilliant. That's what.
Yeah.
Let me know if the music's too loud,
That's
Chad.
so good.
Yeah.
That was
All right.
Yeah. That's
Are
brilliant.
we ready to rock and roll?
I'm ready.
Emotional trauma.
So
Hmm.
last time, we had a big ol' lore dump last
there's
time,
so
didn't
much
we?
Lore, so
We
much
did.
lore.
Didn't
And
we
I
have a big
don't
ol'
We
lore
did.
dump
think-
last
I think
time?
we didn't finish it all.
So we did not finish it all.
Yeah,
So we got a little
it's
bit
true.
more to finish up. So you successfully completed the Apocalypsis of Melikos, which was a quasi-dungeon. Is like not quite a dungeon. It's more of a museum, but it's like a slightly dangerous museum below the Great Lighthouse in Vardani, where in order to progress through the different chambers and learn more and more and more about the true history of Vardani and its enigmatic god, Melikos, a god of death, fire, and knowledge, you had to overcome numerous trials, some of which tested your mind, some of which tested your body, your strength and your mettle. Would anyone care to give us a recap about what you learned down there? And generally what happened, really.
Well, we sort of left off. We were in a big room with like a massive fire in it, and a bunch of things came out that was 6 eyes that we'd seen before, and we were like,
Right.
this is not good. Thankfully, we were able to defeat them, and some of the doors open, and in the northern room was a puzzle that I was just like, oh god, what? I'm like listing all these items going, what the hell is this? What are we gonna do here? And while I'm contemplating this, and Foodle is, scratching his tiny brain, talking to V to be like, does V have any insight into this? Fiona just solves it in like 10 seconds accidentally because she's obsessed with books. So that happened. And then poor Ghost. Dude, I felt that in my soul
There-
as a dungeon
Literally,
master.
the clue was written in Elvish, and none of them can read it. Like they
Yeah.
didn't even have the clue.
No,
I
we
don't-
couldn't. We
I don't
couldn't even.
I don't know if they even realized it was a puzzle.
No,
No, I
Jerry,
didn't.
not
I was
really.
just like, what are all
No.
these items? I'm like, just looking through,
There's
like,
a
I
shelf
wonder
full
if
of stuff.
yeah,
There
like,
was
frick
at
me.
the moment we had no idea really it was a puzzle.
didn't
It was
even know
just a
it was a
bunch of stuff
puzzle.
on a shelf.
Yeah.
On a shelf.
Yeah,
Fiona just
I
gravitated
literally
toward the
didn't.
book and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna open this book for no good reason because I can't read it, but maybe I'll get a magical feeling from it or something."
It was unbelievable, dude. Absolutely unbelievable. She's too good.
Oh.
Anyway, so
now
that
Ghost
happened.
knows not to make it a book next time, though.
Poor Ghost. Oh shit. And then we went down into the southern room. Well, I guess I should let somebody else talk for a bit. But yeah, anyway. That was the top room.
The other room, the bottom room, had a bunch of different rooms with like art and music. There was like a song. You guys almost made me sing the song, but then we unlocked the door.
Thank God. You were saved by the bell.
I was
like
so,
literally.
so glad.
Oh my God.
But there was a picture of the Wayfarer. And we did get a copy of the inscription above his head in that room. And Kiona is starting to draw lines between the Wayfarer and the six-eyed creatures and things like that. Her little conspiracy board in her head is fucking nuts right now, you guys.
So many red lines.
And then right? And then we got through. I have to think about.
Yeah, and oh wait, no, I already. Woof, do you want to tell us what was through those doors? Question mark.
Let's see. Which doors are we talking about?
Well, it was the sort of
when we went through the final doors.
Oh yes, it was. We found a room through the doors, and there we found one of the boxes, the red boxes under the statue of that had like a bunch of weird arms and stuff, and then there was a skeleton that had a spear through its back that was like ritually dead, and then some more paintings on the wall.
Right. That's where we saw the Wayfarer.
Yeah, and then in the box, we took the box away and took it upstairs, and the guy was there, and he was like, "Give it to us," and I was like, "No," and I did anyway. And then
that's right, because Mazra got all sus of him.
I rolled a one.
You did.
He opened it, and
Poodle and Kiona are like, "All right."
There was a jumbo-sized D8 in there. And he held it up to the lighthouse, and it showed a map of the.
That's
Moon
right.
Coast.
That's right. The Moon Coast, right? Which is where all of these things are connecting. Baby Iskander. Oh, and he like implied that he knows a lot of stuff that Kiona has seen in her visions in her head that this guy should not know about. Like he knows things that she knows. Like he knows she knows them.
Very sus.
Not about those things, but that she knows about that. Like weirdly, like so that's a thing. Like that vision with Iskander, and the Wayfarer. So he's and he.
This is why I don't DM. That's how I DM.
Oh my God, Bo! What a reference. Dora the Explorer, I love it.
But the map is of the moon. We got to go to the Moon Coast. So now, that's a whole thing, right? And I feel like everything that we're doing is wrapped up in that in some way. Kiona feels like that.
So.
Yeah. So the crystal that you found inside the box can project a map made of light that shows you the way to the Moon Coast.
Right.
On the Moon Coast,
and now Kiona has it.
Certain city that was the capital, the once proud capital of a great empire that now this lighthouse is the only remaining piece of. Do you remember what that city was called?
I don't think
I do.
Because it's like central to your character.
Oh yeah, Dal Kalash. Yeah.
Dukalax. Yes. Sorry.
Yeah. And Kiona has heard that name. The first time Kiona heard that name was when the first six-eyed creature came out of the crystal and spoke to her, but didn't speak to her, spoke to Adelotti. But Kiona didn't know Adelotti was there yet, so she and told Adelotti to go to Dalkalash. So we know that whatever the six-eyed creatures are doing, there's something going on at Dalkalash, which is probably not good news because Kiona's six-eyed creature isn't exactly on board with their six-eyed creatures' plans, we think. We hope.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, I hope not. That's not the sense I get from her. Thank goodness.
Honestly, I don't get it either, but I'm just at this point hoping there's not some trigger built into the racial structure of the Korai that like the Korai can be like, yeah, well, too bad, whatever you think.
I feel like we're very lucky to have two friendly Breen passengers in our party.
Mm-hmm. This is true. We think we have two friendly ones.
We think we have two friends.
Mm-hmm.
But Kiona is inextricably partnered with Adelotti, so whatever happens to one will happen to the other in the end. We'll see. I'm scared, you guys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of scared. I'm a little nervous as to what Dalkalash will bring for Kiona and Adelotti.
And so, let's get back into it. Now, we did have to end at a little bit of a weird point last time. We're picking it up mid-conversation. And so what's just happened is that Aliost, Pyre Aliost, has shown you the how the polyhedron works, shown you the map, and he said to you that they needed the light of Melikos flame to guide them, referring to Iskander and the Wayfarer, who the Wayfarer was using Iskander as a guide. They need the light of Melikos flame to guide them to the ruins of the Forgotten Empire's ancient capital, Dalkalash.
What? Wow, the lot of Melikos flames, particularly.
Melikos is the god of knowledge. Melikos can guide the way. Melikos came of Dalkalash, and Melikos knows the way to return to Dalkalash. Now you have the flame of Melikos as well. And he kind of gestures broadly towards the polyhedron that he had given back to you already.
Right.
And what are we supposed
I
to
see.
do there?
All will become clear in due time. I cannot tell you. You must discover it yourself and choose.
Well, I'm sure we'll make the right choice. We have so far.
Right.
Well, Mr. Pyre, thank you for the help.
Of course. Although I did very little except to light your way.
It is, of course, my duty as a priest of Menikos to guide the way of wayward souls, much as Menikos himself guided the survivors of Dal Kalash all that time ago.
There was a mural in there, and she'll pull out the rubbing or the copy that Mazra made of the Elvish words above the Wayfarer, and ask, what does this say?
Ah, Dero. It is the Elvish word for adversary.
The Wayfarer is an adversary?
Of sorts. Of course, it depends on what your own point of view is, doesn't it?
I see. How do we spell that Elvish word?
I will spell it for you in the Roll20 chat. The Roll20 chat box.
I know you adventurers are illiterate.
I mean, I am, but it's just
Okay, because that's not at all how I spelled it. That's good. Okay. All right. Right, I see.
Thank you, Bo. The Roll20 chat box.
Interesting. Do you know why they were going there?
I did not ask. It is not my place to ask why those who come to seek the assistance of Menikos look for what they look for.
Okay.
Menikos keeps no secrets.
I wonder about that, but I'm clearly not going to get much more out of you. Thank you for the information you did give us, though. Unless you guys have more questions? She'll look at Foodle and Mazra.
What are we supposed to do with this? And she'll hold up the red box.
The box? Bring it with you.
Do you know? Oh my god, freaking sorry. I just said that, and Vinyl in the kitchen was like, "The Muffin Man." I just, oh god, I can't. Sorry. No, what Foodle says is, do you know the guy? Why do I have an accent? Do you know where these boxes came from and why they're sort of spread all over?
They were made by the rulers of the Forgotten Empire of Dal Kalash in the heyday of their reign over this region of the world. A council of learned scholars, I suppose you could say, were the ruling body of this empire. They created the boxes to contain the greatest, the most splendid, and most terrible treasures of their civilization.
Oh.
The boxes themselves have a power of sorts, although merely to contain and conceal what is inside them. You may find that they come in handy on your journey.
Okay. Yeah, we've seen. They seem to keep popping up, so. Well, that's good to know.
They do. When Dal Kalash fell, they were scattered across the empire.
Well, we can't open them.
No. Only certain individuals can. It does not seem to be linked to how powerful or how noble the opener is. For instance, the man who traveled through here with the boy seemed quite knowledgeable about the history of Dal Kalash and this fallen empire. However, he relied upon the boy to open the box.
But you don't know what it is that makes somebody able to open it?
I'm afraid I do not.
Fiona's gonna give a really hard look at this guy and kind of prod, and because previously it has been implied that we can kind of tell when there's another Quori present. If sometimes, I don't know, I feel like they can hide themselves pretty well, but if they're not hiding necessarily,
you don't.
Nothing.
Yeah, you don't really feel anything, Kiona. He just sort of stands there and smiles warmly at you.
Fiona does not smile warmly back. She's very perplexed. She's just kind of staring at him with this. Mazra, you got any questions?
I don't think so.
Outside of that?
Not for you.
One more thing before you go. If you intend to travel to Dal Kalash, be most cautious when you travel through the forest, which hides it.
And he points to the map, and you're kind of saying there's him, there's the three of you, and the map is sort of projected out this way, and so he sort of points out to the map.
The forest holds unspeakable horrors that have broken the greatest minds to traverse in those cursed woods.
Oh.
If it's broken the greatest minds, I don't think we have to worry too much.
Wait, what? Well, I guess if Oz was not worried, I'm not worried.
And so when he had indicated the map, you all sort of instinctively turned and looked at it. When you look back, Aliost is gone. But for the first time, you can see that his body was actually blocking a mural on the wall behind him. And what you see on the mural behind him is an elven priest holding 3 fingers up in this sort of holy gesture, holy salute of Melikos, with a book in his hand. And that priest bears a striking, identical resemblance to Aliost.
Wait, where'd the guy go? Wasn't he just here?
I don't think he was
That
there.
person in the mural.
Yeah. Wait, he was just a mural?
Isn't that supposed to be Melikos?
Oh. Wait.
Right? Because, like, that was the same as the mural down there. Down in that other room, right? With the book and
Is it the same or is it different? Is it just the symbol that he's making, the hand gesture?
It was an identical pose. So
But
in
it
the
wasn't
room
an
with the
identical person?
countertop that had all the stuff.
Yeah,
there was
yeah, that's where I'm
there was
talking
an
about.
image
Yeah.
of Melikos
Right.
in the same row
In that
with the 3
pose.
fingers, with the book, the open book.
Yeah, I think the pose is different than the figure. Essentially.
Is it a different
The pose-
figure
the
in
pose
It's like a
is the
different
same.
person doing the same
The
pose.
pose is the same.
Right.
It looks like this is like a mortal elf that is
That-
like a god and
Okay.
and is like a heavily idealized form.
Sure. Okay. But the one that we are seeing now looks like Pyre.
Looks like
Not
Aliost.
not that. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa. Well, that was something else.
That may be why he couldn't answer as many questions as he would have liked.
Yeah.
He knew so much. He knew so much more than he should have.
Magic is weird.
You don't think I know that?
And isn't this some ancient relic of that long ago place?
I don't know. Mazra, you gotta tell us why they wanted us to come here. You gotta figure that out. Why do they want this?
Can't
Whoever
tell you
sent
that
you here.
Because I don't know.
Well, we gotta find out.
I'll try my best.
Yeah, and the thing that's I've been thinking this whole time is, they keep saying we need to use it, right? And we'll know what to do when the time comes and that sort of thing. If we give it to somebody, that means we won't have it to use it, right?
I don't think we're supposed to give it to somebody.
I got the feeling it was
Well,
for us.
but that's the thing. Why would whoever sent us send us for this?
Yeah, and how did they know?
Right. Who are they?
Hmm.
Well, we can see if we can.
And
get
why
some-
do they want us to get there?
Yeah. Very strange.
I'll do my best to find out.
All right. Well, I guess it's time to head back.
Right.
Oh, wait, before we go, I gotta go tell that nice lady in the inn that we weren't cursed. Or at least, I don't think we're cursed. Are we cursed? I don't feel cursed.
Sometimes I wonder.
Hold on.
Oh, you mean right now?
Foodle blue screens. And then comes back. I don't know. I don't think we're cursed.
I don't think so either, Foodle. I just think we have a lot of bad luck.
Time for a conference with the knife. And so as you head back down the spiral staircase, you're once again seeing the mural depicting the history of this forgotten empire in reverse. As you head down this staircase that spirals around the great lighthouse. And when you reach the bottom, you just come into view of the end of the staircase and the main floor as the lighthouse door opens and an impossibly old elf walks in, hunched over with a cane, with big bushy white eyebrows, so big that they cover his eyes, and he kind of wanders in and
Who's there? The visitors?
Oh,
I didn't
hello.
know you were coming.
Wait. Really?
No.
What was your
Who
name?
Are you? I am Hirmar Haldir, the master of this lighthouse. Yes, ever since I was a young boy, I have been the keeper of this place.
Wait. Mazra, didn't you say that they were expecting us?
Yeah, we were just here. We're just visiting on our way through.
Who told you that we were expecting you? And who is we?
No, we as in
Yeah.
us three.
Well, I think maybe we made a mistake, and actually, we don't mean to be here at all. But thank you so much for your time. We'll come back later if it turns out we do need something here.
Yeah.
and he frowns and he pokes at the red lacquer box with his.
Oh, I put it in
Walking
my
stick.
bag.
I was gonna
okay,
say,
then he
we're
doesn't do
God.
that.
He's not carrying that around inside of people. Heck no.
He doesn't do that.
Well, while you're here, do you want to take a look at the museum on the bottom floor?
I don't even know what a museum is.
Oh,
But thank you.
It is a place where there are many relics and artwork of dedicated to our god Melikos in the cellar.
Is Melikos, like, on good terms with Aaron Selch?
I suppose so. So not on bad terms.
Okay.
Do we have to solve any puzzles?
Yeah, are there puzzles? I'm not good with puzzles.
Oh, goodness. There are a few puzzles. Now, there's one that's very challenging indeed. It has to do with a song lyric.
Oh, dear. I'm not very good. I don't have a very good singing voice.
I don't think that I do think that we must away, because we have plans, and we must be meeting some people soon.
Yes, thanks for the invitation, though.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that you're going so soon. Safe travels to you then.
Okay, bye.
Thank you. Have a good
Farewell.
day.
Yeah.
He's
Once
just
they're
like,
out of earshot,
"Tourists."
yeah, Foodle's gonna be like, Mazra, what is going on?
Right. What was that about?
You said they
Well-
were gonna. That was the person who was expecting us, but it was
Well-
like their assistant the whole time. Like what?
My assumption was he was sent away so that we could do what we did while he was gone.
Oh,
We really need to find out why they sent you. Us.
yeah.
I don't disagree.
Well, we should probably get back soon. And Foodle goes and tells the I think it was the innkeep, that as far as they can tell,
Yeah,
they're
what
not
was-
cursed.
What was her name?
Maris.
Maris.
Yes, that's the
Maris.
Mhm.
one. Maris.
Yeah, so when you arrive at the House of Night, things have calmed down a little bit, because it's very late at night now.
Mm.
Most people are tucked into their beds. She's just sort of cleaning up the bar, finishing up a last few odds and ends before she calls it herself for the night. And when you walk in, she looks up at the door and smiles at you three. Oh, welcome back.
Hello.
How was old Irma?
Ah,
Very polite.
He was
yes.
lovely.
Welcoming. Helpful.
Oh, yes, just as I remember him. It's been a very long time since I've had the opportunity to rub elbows with the old coot.
Mhm.
Well,
Did he?
I just
Did he look healthy?
As healthy as I imagine someone of his age would be.
his eyebrows were very bushy, which I think is a
Yes, they
sign of
are.
health. At least it is for gnomes. I don't know about elves.
I find it adorable, personally.
Hmm. Yeah, he was kind
He's
of
just a very, very sweet old man
Yeah.
with a very lonely job, you know.
Yeah. Right.
Tending to that lighthouse for all those years by himself.
Yeah, that would have been awful if, he had showed up and we just didn't talk to him.
Fiona's like death glaring at Poodle right now.
Poodle looks crestfallen. Well, anyway, Maris, I wanted to come back because, as far as we can tell, we're not cursed. So, I don't know. Maybe it's just a rumor about, non-elves being cursed or something.
Oh! Yes, I'm quite interested in that. So you say you're not cursed?
No, I mean, as far as I can tell, I don't feel cursed. We don't feel cursed, do we?
It's a
Poodle looks at
fascinating.
Mazra and Kiona.
Mazra pointedly doesn't answer.
Well, I hope that turns out to be true.
Yeah, me too. Freaking bunny. Sorry.
I suppose the only way that you will ever find out whether you're cursed or not is if a curse ever manifests itself. Isn't that funny how you could spend the rest of your lives always wondering?
Right, I'm tired. Can we
Poodle's like blue screened again, but not in the way he has been.
Kiona's done with nonsense today.
Oh, thank you. We must be gone.
Yeah, we've got a
here.
long trip ahead of us.
Yes, of course. Very well. Well, your rooms are all made up and ready for you. Sweet dreams.
Okay, thank you.
Kiona will go straight there.
Poodle does not have sweet dreams.
I'm sure Kiona doesn't either.
He's suddenly worried about being cursed.
Mazra wakes up at 2 a.m. and goes downstairs and asks if they have any horse stew.
Oh
my god. And Kiona rolls over and screams in her nightmares.
Yeah, Maris just has like a big old pot.
Yep.
Oh
Yeah, give me those
God.
drinks.
With a horse skull floating in it. Just
Oh my
Gets that good flavor.
Uh-huh.
I have to say I agree, Striker. I feel like there's danger here.
Oh no! Mazra has the taste
This
now.
might be
Oh
the-
god!
This
It's
might
not-
be the straw.
It's not Kiona's horse. She doesn't keep Kiona's horse jerky in her bag or anything.
Oh my god! Please tell me that's true. That she
You know,
doesn't.
listen, the joke in Britain while we lived over there is have you ever eaten horse? And then the punchline is probably. Because they were putting horse meat in ground beef.
Oh
They were
my
selling ground
God.
horse as ground beef for a while.
Jeez.
She is also keeping secrets. And Kiona is real not happy about that.
Mm.
I'm gonna.
Boundaries.
Sometimes
Boundaries.
things
I'm glad you're
happen.
picking that up, Striker. Because
Just because somebody asks you to keep a secret, like
we all had discussions about being truthful and honest with each
Look,
other.
Mazra respects. She's not gonna do a HIPAA violation. Sorry.
HIPAA violation. I love
And
it.
Kiona respects that to a certain point, but now they're getting told to go to a place that a bad person told her to go. So, not that she wasn't going to go there, but she's starting to suspect that there's forces that are driving them there on purpose, and now she's worried about that. You guys, she's really worried about that.
Mm. Well, Foodle, yeah, he's just.
Kiona
he's
does
just
not
chilling
have good
other than
dreams
this
either.
curse thing. Foodle's just like, oh yeah, I trust Mazra. There. Which is
Yeah.
unhelpful, but anyway. Yeah, so Foodle, he has some dreams about, I don't know, his eyebrows growing like super bushy and long, and it's terrifying.
dreams as a so Foodle, you have what you actually dream of is the vision that you previously had where Staravia is leading her ragtag group of elves out of the Feywild, and as the portal out of the Feywild grows out of the trees. If you remember, like the trees bent and moved to form the portal to lead them out of the Feywild through the
Oh, I
veil and
remember.
into the material plane.
Mhm.
And when you sort of looked up into the trees, the leaves, the negative space between the leaves formed six eyes.
Mhm.
And then on the other side, Staravia and her elves emerge into the material plane, and waiting for them is a group of rather primitively accoutred gnomes, led by an older gnome astride a very, very old pony, wearing a wooden mask in the resemblance of Arensog, but with six eyes. And then when you pull off, when the older gnome pulls off the mask to reveal that it's Foodle with like a graying beard, looking rather sort of late middle-aged. Foodle has 6 bushy white eyebrows.
No.
And then you wake up. Mazra, you dream of running across a plain of purple grass with other people like you, who are not half-orcs like you, but beings of an indescribable nature, and yet you feel a kinship and familiarity with them. Hunting down some sort of prey animal. Killing it with your companions. Tearing it open with your bare hands and feasting upon it. And then waking up and it's the middle of a rainstorm and you're eating a horse. Which is another vision that you had in the past. That's when you ate the horse.
Oh my god.
Kiona, you dream of wandering through the woods, whereupon you see a naked child who begins to laugh. When this child begins to laugh, you begin to laugh too. And you hear a sound that distracts you. When you look away, you look back, and that child is no longer there. That's just one of your dreams from Valheim.
Oh my god, is it really? That's amazing.
I just thought I would hit you with that one.
I love it. Kiona is having nightmares of her own making. It's fine. It's really.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't like this
Yeah.
one. Nope.
Yep.
Yeah, that is a legit Valheim dream.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was.
I think I got it. I think I got it right. I don't exactly remember, but I know
Approximately,
it's a weird.
Yeah, it sounds
I know it's like
about
a weird
right.
child.
The gist of
He's
it,
like,
yeah.
what?
I was
I
like,
know, right?
Oh yeah.
Some of the really freaky things about that game is like when I first started playing it, I was like, do these dreams have some significance? Like, is this
Right,
something that's gonna spawn in the world?
Right. Oh my gosh.
It's not a creepy
Right.
child laughing. It's a and you're not scared of it.
I'm not
You're
scared of
laughing
it.
too.
I'm
You're
not
scared
scared.
of it. You're laughing too. It's just a laughing kid. And
It
you're
made
laughing
me
too.
giggle.
Everybody's laughing. Everybody's having a good time. Nothing to be scared
Great
of.
time.
Surely has
Right.
a face and not gaping holes where its eyes should be.
It's the fake dream that Kiona doesn't have actually. She nightmares about 6-eyed figures too.
And you see many figures with 6 eyes in your dreams. Many of whom you've met before.
Right.
Some are friends, some are foes, some are random people that you met along the way. The King of Cormantia, Seamus, Dyer, who runs the soup kitchen in Lysantia, Little Alfie, who you found in the mind-bending nightmare tavern, the Leaky Spoon, Ephema, Stefan, Foodle's long-distance boyfriend, many other
Kiona's
people,
restless.
and then finally, the last one and most prominent in your mind is, of course, Aliost at the Great Lighthouse. And then you wake up, and it's morning.
unless you don't want it to be.
Long
But-
rest.
Everybody can get a long rest.
And wake up level
Hey,
14!
Level 14, baby!
We're now level
Woohoo!
14. Level 14.
Fiona's fitful dreams result in her having a little tiny bit of control of her wild magic.
Oh shit, that's right. Also, this music is amazing. Is this Bart?
I know.
I don't know what this is.
I need to grab a
time
little
for me to
dish for
change
my
it, though.
nuts.
Time for
Be
Oh,
right
okay.
back. I can still hear. I can still hear.
Okay.
All right. Next morning is a pleasant, sunny day in Vardani. You hear the joyful singing and the soft, droning ritual chanting of the Melekite faithful out on the quay on the riverside as they go through their morning ritual / prayer services. The rest of the city seems to be waking up, bustling with activity outside of your in-room windows. Over to you.
Well, I guess
Fiona's
time-
already packed and like sitting there waiting at the door.
Well, I guess I don't need to tell you twice. I guess we gotta head back. Unless Mazra, I mean, we don't know where we're supposed to take this. Are we heading back to the caravan, or
Yes,
do we need
that
to
would be
go
wise.
somewhere else? Okay. All
I
right.
would like to keep that while you visit your friends.
Keep what?
The box.
Oh, so she doesn't have it on her?
I want to know
When
why.
she goes to talk to them, wherever they are?
All right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
She'll put her backpack on her shoulder and turn around and leave. Go get the
With
horses ready.
boat!
Or the boat. I guess it is a boat. They did take a boat. The horses aren't here. Did they take the
I was a
horses?
pirate, remember?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah. You took an amphibious wagon.
That's
from
right.
the caravan.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's right.
So freaking cool.
And if you recall, the wagon is sort of sitting stationary for
Right.
a couple of days while they get all of the wagons fit for a river crossing.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do we go about getting back to them?
You would have to cross the river back again.
The back
to meet
away.
up with them.
But we'd
Yeah.
be going against the tide this time.
Yeah, you just have to pilot it against the tide a little bit.
All right.
How'd you get a paddling?
Maybe you end up landing downriver and you have to travel a little ways to meet them.
All right. Let's get it on with.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, Boodle hops on the boat and does what he needs to
Hmm.
get them back across.
Okay.
I guess what he can.
And as you say farewell to Vardani, one of the strangest and certainly most unique cities that you've ever come across, you see The sort of off-white, sort of brownish-white buildings fade in the distance. The great lighthouse towering over them all, eternally shining the light of Melikos from the massive arcane focusing crystal at its crown. And you head back across the River Ill to the opposite bank, where the tide carries you a couple miles downriver. You try to point the boat and sail it against the tide, against the current of the river, a little bit. But nonetheless, the river does sweep you down river a little bit. And so when you make landfall, you have to double back up the road back to meet the caravan, which you find it located off the road in a field at the crown of a hill, with plenty of sight lines all around before the tree line, so that nothing can sneak up on them. And you see the wagons sort of all circled around each other protectively, as various workmen are out there working away on the wagons, getting them ready for the next leg of the journey to the elven capital of Luxara.
Mm-hmm. Before they get all the way there, Kiona will look at Mazra and open the bag of holding and indicate that she wants her to put the box in there.
Oh, yeah, she already agreed.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure. She just wanted to make sure it happened.
All right, well, I guess this is where we see you later, Mazra?
Perhaps. For now, I'm gonna go to my wagon and put things away.
Yeah. What a journey.
Interesting.
I'm gonna go tend to
place.
the horses.
Oh, yeah. I'll go with you.
And
Poodle heads off with Kiona. Doodle.
And quite predictably, Mazra, as soon as you're alone for a few minutes and your friends are away, you get a knock on the door to your wagon.
Yes.
Guess who's on the other side? It is the sunniest half-elf that you know, Caradwin,
And she just goes,
who glowers at you.
do you enjoy having to stand around waiting to see when I come back?
Believe me, it is the highlight of my entire existence. Ferrying you to your meetings where you discuss gods know what.
I mean, I would just show up, but I don't think that's proper protocol, so...
No, it's not proper protocol. But nothing about this is proper. Just shut up and follow me.
She will...
And you get
Lock
the
her
you get the
door.
keen you get the keen sense that you've got, like, Kiona's mad at you because you're keeping secrets, and Caradwin's mad at you because he wants to know those secrets, and she's like, why not me?
Mazra seems unperturbed.
She knows
There's so
that
many-
she's
there's
got
so many-
Poodle in her corner. That's why.
There's so many people who are like, just
super jealous of like, we want to know what's going on with Mazra and the bastard brand. Except Foodle doesn't care.
Yeah, which is the best because Foodle's so relaxed. All right, yeah, she'll lock her door and follow along.
Okay. Just thinking of how I want to handle this for a second.
Oh God.
What?
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do it.
Oh,
Unbeknownst to you, while you are being led to grandfather's carriage, Kiona and Foodle, while you're tending to the horses, you are approached by a pair of Skulden wearing the red armband of the bastard brand. And they kind of just walk up behind you and stand there, their thumbs looped into their belts, silently watching until you happen to turn around and notice them.
Yona will purposefully ignore them as long as she can get away with it. She will see them and turn around and keep mucking a stall. Like, just...
Oh. Hello. Oh, Kiona, look, there's some people here.
I know.
Oh. Sorry.
It's fine. What do you want?
Come with us. And the two of them turn around and walk away.
Poodle starts to go, and then he like turns and looks at Kiona. Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, they could be nicer about it.
I don't think it really matters.
Yeah.
Let's get on with it.
And Poodle follows.
Right. And you two are led to a part of the caravan where you have never been welcome before. You know that the Skulden, the group of half elves who join the caravan, kind of keep to themselves, keep a little bit separate from it. You understand, of course, just as a reminder for yourselves and for anybody in the chat who's wondering who these people are, that has a lot to do with the intense discrimination that the Skulden, who are a race of true breeding half elves, they deny the title of half elf because you have to go back generations and generations for their most recent fully elven or fully human ancestor. They face severe discrimination in the city-state of Haltern, which was the big city in the region that you are from. And they tend to keep to themselves, and they tend to have like a pretty tense relationship. Not necessarily unfriendly, but a fairly tense relationship with the remainder of the caravan, the other peoples who make up the caravan. And whenever you make camp, they kind of travel separately. When you make camp, they set up their camp separately. They have their own fortified ring of wagons within the greater fortified ring of wagons, as much to protect themselves from the rest of the caravan as to protect them from threats from the outside, from their perspective. And of course, you know that they have their own self-defense militia, the Bastard Brand, who are, for all intents and purposes, a glorified criminal gang, and you've had a couple rather negative run-ins with them in the past, including with Slade Ashrain's former apprentice, who stole in the name of the Bastard Brand, and they exacted a pretty heavy punishment from that young man as a result of his tarnishing their name and their reputation.
So this is the first time you two have been welcomed into the Skulden community. And the people, whether they're wearing one of those red armbands that identify them as part of this militia, the Bastard Brand, or not, or they're just ordinary Skulden people going about their day, you draw quite a few looks. And not all of them are exactly pleasant. Some are surprised, some are mildly curious, but a little bit cool. Some are outright hostile. What are those two doing here? Kind of looks. But seeing that you are escorted by 2 members of the Bastard Brand, you are unbothered and unperturbed as you make your way to a large wagon at the center of the circle, adorned with big banners, big red banners that bear the mark of the Bastard Brand, the same mark that induced the Landphalan of the Knights Radiant back at the Elven Border Fort to vouch for you and help you gain entry to the Elven lands. You are led into this wagon, which is really like a moderately sized great hall of a village. Once again, adorned with a long, plush red rug down the center of it, a curtain sort of bisecting and partitioning the room. And there are a bunch of children knelt on the floor, who seem to be in quiet contemplation and quiet meditation. As you enter, they all look up at you two, and they giggle and run out of the carriage, leaving you two alone with a silhouetted figure kneeling on the other side of the curtain. And this is when Mazra is led into the grand wagon behind you.
Oh.
And so Mazra, you
Mazra.
walk in and you see your 2 friends already there.
Well,
Fiona does not look pleased.
yeah, she just like basically walks up to wherever she knows is the safe distance and stops there. We've answered your summons.
Friends, thank you for coming. Have a seat, please. Mazra, it's very good to see you again. Kiona, Fudo, is honored to make your acquaintance in person. Your reputations precede you.
Yours doesn't. Who are you, if you don't mind me asking?
You can call me grandfather.
Oh, that's sweet. Hello, grandfather.
Please, sit. Make yourselves comfortable.
Fiona's not sitting. She will pointedly walk around behind a chair and stand there.
There are no chairs in here. It's like everybody sort of kneels or sits. Yeah.
Oh.
So she could, yeah.
Then she'll just...
Foodle sits.
Did you find what you were looking for in Vardani?
I think so.
what did you learn?
A lot of stuff that I don't
That
know if
you
I
already know.
fully understood.
You don't need to ask us what we learned. You know what we learned. Why did you send us there? What do you have to gain from this?
I have nothing to gain from this. You have everything to gain from it. Or
Insight check.
everything to lose, depending on your choices.
Go ahead and roll that insight check.
Okay. Okay, that's 7 plus 8. 15 insight.
Okay. It's very hard to gain to sort of pull any sense of truth or falsehood from this, since you only have the voice to go
Right.
off of.
Just not the guy.
Yeah, the silhouette kneeling on the other side of the curtain is very still, doesn't move, and therefore giving away nothing in terms of body language. As near as you can tell, seems to be telling the truth, seems to be genuine.
Alright.
What do you know about what we'll see when we get there?
Too well. Usara?
The Moon Coast.
Ah. You will find a vast emptiness. What you fill that emptiness with is up to you. There are many forces in this world who have been manipulating people, societies, nations, empires. If I am being cryptic, it is because I do not wish to inadvertently manipulate you. The time has come for your generation to make your own choices. Not to be guided by the choices made by those before you.
How are we supposed to make choices we don't know what we're choosing between?
You will know. When the time to choose comes, you will know what you are choosing.
And what are we doing in Luxari?
There's a very important meeting occurring in Luxara. I must attend that meeting. There are forces within the hegemony that would stop at nothing to prevent that from happening.
Why is it so important that you're there?
My children
all Skulden. Their fate depends upon it. As does yours, in a way.
Wait, really?
I speak only the truth, little Fudo. The Skulden carry much pain with them, and great distrust of others. But you will need them, and they will need you for what is to come.
Can I do
Why
something?
did-
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Why did you send us to Vardani? Is that, hold on. Where
Yeah,
am I
that's what
looking?
it is, Vardani.
Okay.
I know they say it with an accent, so.
I know, I was like,
Vardani?
Vardani. Yeah, that's the one. Anyway.
I sent you to find exactly what you found.
Oh,
I, admittedly, do not know what you found. And I do not need to know. I merely knew it was vital that you go there and meet with the master of the lighthouse.
How did you know that?
Oh, because he told me.
He.
Yes.
he did?
Who?
Yes.
Who is he?
The master of the lighthouse, of course.
Hiramar Haldir?
No. Not that child. The
Aliost.
true master of the lighthouse. Aliost. Did you see him?
Oh,
We did.
I don't know if... Grandfather, I know why I'm helping you. Why are you helping us?
As you will help my children.
Little sort of nods like, yeah, that checks out. That's why he's helping you guys. So.
Can I very, very quietly, while they're talking,
Mm-hmm.
I looked it up.
Divine sense.
I looked it up on Google. Curtains don't count
Okay.
as total cover.
That's okay. You get a ping of something, but you're not able to identify what.
Oh shit.
You know, if Celestial is, so for those who don't know in chat, Mazra
Oh,
used
right.
Divine Sense.
Sorry about
Yeah.
that, chat.
I
I didn't figure because we're doing
So-
this, it made sense to swap over to the Roll20 because there's nothing on there really. So
Yeah. So Mazu uses divine sense, so the presence of strong evil registers in your senses like a noxious odor. The power of a good rings like a heavenly music in your ears. As an action, you can open your awareness to detect such forces until the end of your next turn. You know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet of you. So if celestial is like carrot, fiend is like broccoli, and undead
I love broccoli.
is like yeah. And I'm just picking 3 things.
Undead
and
is like
undead is like
evil's like Axe body spray. There we go.
excellent body spray.
There
Okay.
you go.
Well, if you have 3 different flavors, let's say carrots, broccoli, and onions, right? What's coming off of this guy? This guy is giving you the ping. It's coming from him, not from the area, but him. You're getting like chicken. You know, it's something, but it's like indistinguishable between like, is it one of those? Is it all 3 of those? Is it none of those? Is it something entirely different? Like you're getting something, but you don't know what. Anyway, in response to Foodle, he said that he's helping you because you're going to help his children.
Foodle nods.
Would you put us in harm's way to protect your children?
No more than you are already in harm's way. And no more than you would put yourselves in harm's way to protect them of your own free will. If you are asking, would I intentionally put you in danger without letting you know that you are being put in danger, the answer is no.
She'll look at Mazra. The unspoken, do you trust this guy? What he's saying? Kind of passing between them.
Just gives a little nod.
Grandfather, if you could do one thing before you pass, what would it be?
Fascinating question.
It's something I've been thinking about.
I think I would secure a future for my Skodin. Everything I have done has been towards this end. And I hope that by accomplishing this, I help you to secure a future for yourselves and those you love as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do for the caravan, you know, ever since we left. Oh God, why am I blanking
Ilion?
on the name of the elven? Thank you, Ilion. I was like, I know it's got L's. Anyway, ever since we left Ilion, that's what I've been trying to do for the caravan. Do you get the sense? You seem to have a lot of senses. I don't know if you have dreams
He's
or
got
what,
at least
but
5 of them.
right. Do you get the sense that the safety for the Skolden does that path stray from the safety of the like my goal to help the caravan?
Dear
can
granddaughter, Keladwin, would say yes. Or at the very least, she would say that she does not care about what happens to the rest of the caravan. But she is young. No, I do not believe that the paths need necessarily diverge from one another.
Okay.
As always, it is a choice that we make, is it not?
Yeah. Well, I guess my only other question is there anything else that we can do to help your people?
Yes. There are, as I've said to you, forces within the hegemony who are working against the safety not only of the Skulden, but all of you, indeed.
I thought the music cut out for a second there, sorry. I thought it hit the end of the track or something.
You already met some of these individuals.
I thought I had notes. I don't have notes. There was something that happened in a previous session that I thought I had notes for, but I can't find them right now. I'm just
He's talking about the guy that, because we had to go into that place and convince all of those people, or convince the right person, right, to get through. I feel like a bunch of those people did not
Etalin Bruin.
want us to.
No, that's someone else.
Yeah, the Ilotara. Nariman
Yeah.
Ilotar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nariman, yeah. Specifically.
Yeah.
I can think of at least him.
When you bring up his name, grandfather just sort of laughs like
No. Nariman Ilotar and the rest of the Ilotar are prideful upstarts and run-of-the-mill bigots, I believe you might call them. No, I refer to the ones in purple robes who you encountered on the crossing into Luxara hegemony. The loosely translated in your common tongue, the guardians of the ancient blood. They view you as foreigners, but especially the Skulden as a form of disease polluting the sacred lands of the hegemony. They will strike. The only reason they haven't done so in full force, even at the risk of having their extremist cult revealed before the authorities in the Temple of Light, is because they do not know that I am here.
Do you think is there a risk that they could, like, sneak into the caravan and discover you?
It is a possibility. Which is why my bastard brand must be eternally vigilant. And sadly, suspicious of outsiders.
Oh, that's ironic.
It is, isn't it? The world is full of irony. In any case, so they are aware of my presence among the caravan or not, the Guardians will strike again before we reach. I almost said Lysander. Luxara.
Dude, I keep doing that too.
I know, right? I know. Oh my
shit.
goodness.
We spent a lot of time there in our defense.
I know.
So Foodle says, well, do you know, is there anything that you can think of that would help us for when they do attack?
They will attempt to ambush us. We could draw them out.
Oh.
Ensnare them when they think they are ensnaring us.
Ooh, I like that. Wait, did they know? Did they know what you look like? Because maybe we could try to look like you or something and draw them out that way?
No. No one must even suspect that I am here.
Oh, right. Okay.
How would we draw them out?
Above all else, the guardians of the ancient blood despise my children. Create a situation wherein it appears that the Skulden contingent of the caravan has separated itself from the main, like a wounded antelope fallen behind the rest of the herd, or a prideful one sprung out ahead. They will see the opportunity to wipe them out, and they will attack.
Okay. Above table. Because I don't think Foodle is smart enough to think of this, but I definitely think Mazra would. And Woof, you may be thinking this already. But I am worried for the safety of the caravan. If we make it look like Skulden are separating out from the caravan, I think we should try to keep those two things separate. You know, like maybe there's some Skulden from somewhere else that are not, because we made a lot of assurances to a lot of people that, you know, the caravan was like, you know, no threat and whatever. I don't know. Anyway, that's just what I'm thinking as a player. So Woof, if you think that's something that Mazra might think of, I don't know. Anyway. Like, I think it's a good plan, but I don't want it to come from the caravan, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want the Skulden to be associated with them, if at all possible.
Skulden to be associated with what?
With the caravan. So what he's saying is maybe the Skulden fall behind, right? And that'll draw out the, you know, these enemies of the Skulden. Well, again, I don't think Foodle would think of this, but, like, I don't want anybody, especially if they're survivors from this battle, thinking that there are Skulden in the caravan. partly to protect the caravan, but also partly to protect the Skolden. Does that make sense, or am I just being crazy? I don't know. Anyway.
I mean,
Does that make sense?
It does, but I don't know if they already know that they're there, I guess.
Oh, do you
we
think
had
they
to
already
no,
know?
we had to sneak them in.
Yeah, I know. I don't think that they know. I think they
Right.
suspect, but I don't think that they know, right? I don't know.
They
Well,
do know that
They do?
Skulden are part of the
Yeah,
caravan.
of part of the caravan.
do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They don't know that grandfather is there, though.
Well,
Right. So that would
and do
be
we?
the thing.
So do our characters know that they know? I don't even know how they know.
I mean, he basically essentially just told us that, right? Like that they know that they're going to attack
Oh.
because of the Skolden being there, right?
Gotcha.
But
So
we can
yeah.
spring the
Okay,
attack on
okay.
purpose instead of
Right.
waiting
Instead of
for them
falling
to
into
do
their
it.
trap.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm back on board. Sure. That sounds good.
Kiona will. Well, where are we going to keep you? And how are you going to convince all of your people to use them as bait? To be used as bait, I should say.
Elidwin knows what is at stake here. The rest will follow her.
And you expect that we can take care of whoever is going to invade?
I have
Oh, yeah.
utmost confidence in you.
Yeah.
Feels like a risky move, but I don't guess we have a choice, do we?
No, I mean you're right, Kiona. It is risky, but I don't think it's riskier than potentially walking into their trap.
Right. I wish I knew who you were. She's saying to grandfather. It's awfully hard to trust a shadow behind a curtain.
It is at that. You will learn very soon. I reveal it to you now. I'm afraid you will not understand, and it would jeopardize everything that you've worked for, that we have worked for.
Is there any other information you're going to give us that's useful? I don't mean to seem ungrateful. I'm tired of secrets.
I need to think if there's anything else. I'm sitting here thinking. Yes, your friend Aliost of the lighthouse. Do you understand who he was?
He was like a acolyte of lighthouse keeper guy? I
He
don't know.
must have been a high-ranking priest of some sort, if not more. He wasn't even there, was he?
Oh, he
Wait,
has
what?
always been there.
But not physically.
No. Fudo Masla, could you kindly excuse Kiona and I?
Oodle looks at Kiona to see if she's okay with that.
She'll give a brief nod.
Okay.
Yeah, she'll get up and leave.
Yeah, Foodle leaves.
Aliost was, as you suspected.
Should we mute ourselves or just?
No, you don't need to.
Oh.
No, you the players can know this. I trust you to keep things that you learn out of character.
Yeah.
As you suspected, Aliost was a high priest of Menikos. In fact, when you ask if Menikos was there physically, in a manner of speaking, the answer is yes. In fact, you saw Aliost in the cellar, praying at the altar where he died.
I suspected as much. That means he was him.
The god Menikos was in fact a powerful being from beyond the stars. One of the beings that resides within you, as you are well aware. But no matter how powerful these beings are, they cannot exist in this world without a body to inhabit.
He was him. He was like us.
For generations, before even I was born, Menikos moved from body to body. Whenever a body became too old or infirm, he moved on to a new priest. One who understood that to carry a power so great risked obliviation of the self. Menikos for eons was like the others, consuming and consuming and consuming whoever he could manipulate. But in time, he grew tired of this. He aligned himself with a group among the Quori who wished to follow a different path. And so, after the final avatar of Menikos, the priest who you knew as Aliost, was slain,
He had his Koi spirit, if you will, his true form, contained in one of those boxes. He, along with another of the boxes, the one that you found and brought back with you, were taken westward with 2 young elven priests to found a new kingdom on the other side of the Storm Spiral Mountains. One of those priests was me.
It was. Remind me how long ago that was.
Indeterminately long ago.
Right.
Supposedly, this was when Staravia
Right.
walked the
Okay. Yeah.
Dude, what?
Right. Right. Okay. So I am having the correct epiphany here. Okay.
Yeah, you realize at this moment that this guy is impossibly old.
Right. That must mean that you've been around for. How's that possible?
As I said, you will learn when we reach Luxara.
This contingency of Korra you talk about. How do I find them? How do we find them?
I think you know the answer to that question. I tell you this, Kiona, to underscore a very important point. To you, or rather, to the presence inside of you. At Adelodi, you have a choice. You always have. Melikos chose for eons to prey upon the people of this world like they were cattle. And in the end, he made the choice to turn his back on that and give people hope.
We understand. Thank you. She will kind of kneel down on the floor and bow her head a little bit.
The shadow behind the curtain
slowly
does not move.
Go, be with your friends. You have a great trial ahead of you.
You will be tested. But I put my faith in you. As do many others. Those who you know, and those who you have yet to know.
Thank you. She will withdraw.
Okay. And outside, you see Mazra and Foodle standing out there. The two members of the Bastard Brand who guided you and Foodle to the this carriage are kind of standing guard posted outside the entrance. And they're just standing there in sort of silent watch. And then Caradwin is outside there too. And she gives you a fierce glare as you walk out. And she says,
I suppose you can't tell me what you told you in there either. Can you?
Well, I'm not sure if I can or not, but I don't have any inclination to do it, even if I could.
She just like rattles off what you assume are a string of expletives.
Foodle and Mazra will notice Kiona is in a markedly lighter mood than she was when she went into there.
Kiona.
Well, you two, you were saying something about a plan?
Yeah.
Right.
But first, I wanted to ask you a question. Or maybe I did, but I want to make sure you answer it. Who is the grandfather? Who is he?
I'm not telling you that.
Oh.
Don't you know by now that we can't tell you?
Do you know who he is?
Yes, his grandfather.
It's all right,
That's what's
Foodle.
most important.
Well, anyway, I guess
You
he's
keep your
grandfather.
secrets for me. You keep your secrets for me. I want to keep some secrets for you.
Right. Well,
I get the
regardless of
distinct
that-
impression that you don't know who
Kick
he
rocks.
is. I don't know who he is, but like,
it's fine.
But yes.
Y'all, we need...
we have a plan. Go ahead, Kiona. Sorry.
Well, it's something of a plan. I don't know that you're going to like it much, Caradwin.
Close enough.
We know that they're going to attack. Right?
Yes, I suppose so.
Well, why don't we make them do it?
She looks between the three of you.
And how do you propose we do that?
Oh,
Well-
No, you go ahead.
She's kind of going to look at Mazra.
None of us want to say it.
We don't want to say it. We don't want to let him know.
Well, the thing is, Foodle like looks at Mazra.
We need you to use your wagons as bait.
Yeah, well,
Sort of that.
yeah.
Now, was this your idea, or was it his idea?
I don't think we'd ask it of you if it was our idea.
Yeah, I don't think I would have thought of it, to be honest.
He was suggesting maybe that we make kind of a scene and make it look like the Skulden are leaving the caravan.
Kind of a scene.
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be a scene, but some reason. Just whatever, just to make them think that you're separating from us. You don't have to, obviously. That's not
And
part of the deal.
we are going to use ourselves as bait to save the ungrateful asses of all the humans and the dwarves and the gnomes.
And yourselves, because we'll be waiting.
Yeah. All right. We'll do it. But not for any of you. Because when we were down, not a single one of your people gave us the steam of your piss to help. Scotland,
Well, I
always
certainly
remember
hope
that.
not. Wait, what? Foodle's just, I get what you're saying, Ghost, but Foodle's like, what? I would hope not. Oh, shit. I assume she's probably used to it.
Right.
She just
Well-
knows to ignore Foodle. I think
Yeah.
I think the last time you ran into her, she absorbed enough Foodleisms to kind of be like, okay,
Mhm.
just let this guy.
Just let it happen.
Yeah.
Of course. Let's, I guess, I don't know, give it a day or two, and then let the caravan leaders know what's happening. So that they're not surprised by it.
I'll leave that part to you.
Right.
We are not in the habit of explaining ourselves to outsiders. If anything, it would look suspicious if we
Right.
even spoke to them.
Just do us a favor and give us some kind of heads up warning so we're ready.
Do us a favor and be what you say you will be when the time comes.
Well, you can count
We'll be
on
there.
us. Yeah.
We count on nobody but ourselves.
And she turns and just stalks away, muttering and cursing on the way.
That's good, because Foodle was definitely had follow up and he was gonna. Oh, God.
Oh, he was about to put his foot even further in his mouth.
Oh, yeah, he definitely was. So I'm very glad that she
Amazing.
walked away.
Amazing.
So Kiona
She's kind of a
will.
grouch, isn't she?
Well, I can't say as I blame her.
Yeah.
We really ought to go tell Underlore and Roundtree,
Roundtree.
Oh, yeah.
and right, and make sure that they know, so that we don't cause the wrong kinds of waves.
Hmm. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's do it.
And we don't have to like play that whole thing out, like visiting them.
Nope.
But that's what the next move would be for Kiona, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah. And in fact, all of this has gone ended up going a little bit longer than I anticipated, which is good because you guys were really into the lore and stuff, so I'm perfectly
Yeah.
happy with that stuff. But as we head to the next thing, we're gonna have a little bit of fun next week. We're not gonna have time to play it out this week. So I think if it's okay with you, I'm okay with having a little bit of an early end to the session here.
I do want to say, after they do all of that,
Yeah.
and when they go back to their own wagons for the evening, Kiona's gonna settle in with the book and the map, and she's gonna like have the map glowing wherever her wagon is gonna be, like, and she's gonna be having this internal conversation with Lottie, looking for answers about how they find the people they need to find when they get there, like, and searching the book for potential answers. That's her whole evening is going to be spent drowning in that. That's
Yeah, that makes sense.
So this is the book that she. Which book is this again?
This is the book that that she almost died trying to take from Shagraz Shadeheart. That has the like histories written by the people that were once like the Wayfarer and his ilk.
Well, if you recall, just because the way that you just explained it is actually a little bit the other way around.
It's the other way around.
Yeah, you had found it before, and things almost came to blows between you and Tisiphone.
Right.
Over you giving him the book.
Oh. But then he gave it back later. That's right.
He gave it back later.
You are correct.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah, Tisiphone like hardcore like stabbed her right through the middle. Or nearly killed her.
Oh my god. Dude, I was so panicked when I heard that. I was like, you guys almost died? I wasn't even there! God, imagine if Kiona and Mazra died. Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh, Kiona has made some rash decisions in her time.
I can't remember you ever actually saying that you're sitting down and you're studying this book.
I think I have once before, but I didn't find
and I
answers.
Know we described some of what was in the book.
Yeah.
But you remember that this is a book that has a list of authors in the front of it. It's like a mile long. And some of these purported authors of this book are people who are indeed like mythical figures, like people who scholars debate, like, is this person real? You know?
Right. But now that grandfather told her about Melikos and the Quori and the alley, that whole situation, Kiona's looking for that more of that in the book.
That story?
More of that same kind of pattern, that same kind of repeating. Yes. Who are these people that wrote the book? Are they potentially those kinds of people? Are they potentially, is this story have an answer for her? Does one of the authors, Quori people.
Yeah, what do you mean those people?
Those.
No, that's not that. I mean, this book appears to have been written after the fall of Dal Kalash. In fact, one of the very earliest entries in this book is the same entry that you found in the Destroyed book, which was written by Addis Kaltor.
Right. And that's the story about the sleeper. Yeah.
Yes.
Gary.
You find some interestingly familiar themes where you read it the first time. Now you're reading it over again. Do I have that? Because I
have it somewhere. I definitely do.
With you. I would love to go through it with you again. It's in the waste.
It's in what's his face's. What was his place? Temple Tower, the Great Hall, the Master's Quarter, the Conservatory, Balian's Manor. It's the Master's Quarter. It was in the Master's Quarter, right?
Oh, I found it.
Do I have the book? Do I have the story?
Hold on. I found it. I don't know if I can.
I want the story. I know I shared it with a whole bunch of
I
people.
have it. I'm trying to copy it.
Well, do you have it in a Google Doc?
I have it in OneNote, so it's weird.
Mm.
Hold on. I don't know if I can.
Oh, where is it?
There it is. I put it in the Roll20.
Oh wow, it fit in Roll20. Nice.
Jeez. Holy. Yes.
Holy crap.
So I'm gonna read this out to you again, because you might find this is something that you originally encountered a long time ago, and as you're reading through it again, you are seeing some things pop out at you where they have all of a sudden new context because you've learned much more. So I next followed the wandering star far to the east, or was it to the south, through the jagged peaks of the Jade Crest Mountains and into the vast forest that they shelter from the rest of the world. What strange and wondrous sights did I behold there! But I dare not write of them here, for the peril is too great in even recording my encounters. Undaunted by the dangers and temptations that beset me in that forest, I followed the wandering star dutifully until by the grace of the Lady of Twilight I was led to the sea. That vast black sea found on no map, but on the tongues of madmen. She guided me across the blasted wasteland of that seashore to the ruins of an ancient and once proud city. In those ruins I found no living thing, save for a venerable man encamped at the edge of a crumbling stone seawall, curing snappers fresh caught from the wave. It was as if he were somehow shackled to this accursed city, but wished to live as far from it, or as close to the water, as he could. The old man introduced himself to me as Halius Garon, explained that he'd been informed of my impending visit, and bade me drink the tea he'd prepared for me. Feeling H her hand in this, I did so, and quickly fell into a deep slumber. I swam through the murk of vivid, yet barely explicable visions in my dreams, an idyllic plain of wine-colored glass inhabited by strange, primitively intelligent creatures who lived in utopian debauchery under the light of 3 moons, until one of those moons fell, tearing a hole in the very earth through which sprang a cold, black sea. The impact of the collision heaved the earth at the edge of its crater upward into a soaring range of the mountains, which I recognized as the very peaks through which I'd passed to reach this place. Men soon arrived by ship to explore this new-formed land, blundered into that which we should stay away from, building upon that which we should not, seeking to learn that which is best left forgotten, as we so often do. A new civilization took root on the shore of this moonstruck sea, utterly ignorant of that which came before, yet doomed to share its fate. The higher that the spired towers of this capital city rose, the deeper the rot of corruption and cruelty wormed into its foundations, until one day it no longer had the strength to hold the weight of its own hubris. Under the convergence of the Hexarchy, the city destroyed itself. I know not how or why,
only that its people danced and sang gleefully in the streets as they did so, while the timeless stars watched on impassively. No, I realized with a shudder of dread that jolted me awake. The stars were watching me. Halius Garon was kneeling at my side as I awoke. His cheeks were wet with tears. I did not ask why, and he did not tell me. There was no need. I knew why, and I knew that I could never unknow. Disturbed by my visions, I took no delay in preparing for the return journey, but before I could take my leave of the old man, he bade me listen to his tale of what he dreamt in these years, that I slumbered in his camp. He told me that I, and every apprentice of mine, and my apprentices' apprentices, were gardeners tending to a verdant field so bountiful that it attracted the growth of weeds. These weeds soon choked the life out of the flowers, and then the soil itself, until they too died from their ravenous and self-destructive hunger, so that the field was now fallow. In such a way, Halius Garon warned me that my name would visit the very same cycle of flourishing, corruption, and self-destruction upon my homeland and any civilization that might be founded upon its ruins. Such is the price we pay for the Lady of Twilight's gifts.
You guys, there's so
what the
much
hell?
there. There's so much there. There's so much there that makes so much sense now.
Well, oh, okay. Well, I don't know. What jumps out to me, Ghost, did we ever make, like, I don't know, a history or religion check or something? Like, I am blanking on who the Lady of Twilight might be.
Roll a religion check, guys. Unless you know.
Isn't it the one that isn't she the one that is in the Feywild that has the relationship with the other guy?
Roll a religion check. Roll your religion checks.
It's not good.
Well,
It's not good
clearly
enough.
Kiona does not remember.
I think I got a 6.
Woof. Does Mazza remember?
So we got a 2. We got a 6.
What'd you say, religion check?
Yeah.
Religion, yep.
11.
11. Mazza, this sounds to you like Narema, the
one.
so-called Star Striker.
Star Striker.
Who is a goddess of secrets and mysteries. She is not the same as the
Not the same as the chicken that no.
the queen. Yeah, the
Right.
queen of Twilight
Yeah.
from the Feywild. But she is called the Lady of Twilight because she's like a star goddess.
Right.
She supposedly lurks in the stars and watches over the earth and things like that.
It's so
and
funny,
supposedly-
Megan, because that's who I thought it was too.
Yes, and supposedly it seems that she is supposed to be guiding Attis Kaltor towards this place.
And he was the author there. But okay, so when Kiona reads through this, sees some things now reading through it again that she didn't see before, she flips through to some of the other stories. How many of them mention being guided by something like this, and or do they all have the same kind of like vibe of like talking to an old man? Or are these stories from other situations in other places?
They're all stories of other situations and other places, but as you read through, they follow a familiar pattern of societies or individuals or communities or nations or empires
gaining a greater understanding of their world, rising into their own power, collapsing,
Yeah.
and then something else taking their place.
Right.
And the narrative, the meta narrative of these stories is this pattern of cyclical destruction, rebirth, corruption, self-destruction.
She's gonna talk to Adelati about how Melikos thought the cycle needed to end. Do you think we're supposed to end it? But what does that even mean?
I don't know. Weren't they talking about reincarnation?
Right, but that's what this is, right? Cities being born again.
I guess it could be. I guess it could be one of those metaphorical things that
Right.
Eladir's always talking about. You know, the book girl.
Right. Yeah. Maybe it is.
Maybe. I don't know.
I really wish I knew what kind of choice we're gonna have to make.
What did Grandpa mean when he talked about me being or not being a creature of hunger? What did Quorite eat?
I think it seems to me that somehow they exist on the energy of the people that they live in. Whatever that means.
Guess so.
So,
Whenever you grow, I seem to grow too.
right. I don't know. Maybe.
And I know that I felt hungry before. Hungry for, I don't know, Kiona. Hungry for our friends. I've always pushed back against that because they're our friends, but it's always been there.
I know. I think I felt it too sometimes. But he said we had a choice, right? And it's we.
Yeah.
It's not just you.
Yeah.
You're not alone, Adelati. I'm here. Whatever it is we're looking to face.
And I'm here for you too. We'll face it together and we'll be strong.
Right.
Do you think when Grandpa was talking about Melikos consuming people, do you think he tricked them into getting eaten by him?
Well,
offering themselves up to him on a silver platter?
maybe. I mean, the reason why you don't necessarily feel that way about me, I feel like, is because you didn't have somebody telling you that that's what you needed to do, right? Somehow.
Maybe.
I mean,
there's all these times when, I mean, I couldn't always talk to you, but I was always there. I always saw what was happening, but there's times in my memory where, well, there's holes there. When we were kids, Well, when you were
Yeah.
a kid, I don't know what I was. Just
Yeah,
a little
I don't.
puff of a cloud in your brain, I guess.
It's funny to think about that. I kind of have some blank spots too.
You know, when we were in that place underneath the ranch,
Yeah.
and that thing spoke in Rika's voice and said, "Welcome home."
Yeah.
I felt like I was home in a funny way. I felt like she was right, but I don't really remember being there. Not before then.
Hmm.
I wish we could talk to her. I wish you weren't
Yeah.
dead. At least so that we could get answers.
I wish that too. We've been looking for answers for so long, and every time we turn up someone that might have them, they refuse to give them to us.
Yeah.
Starting to get real tired of that. I guess it's time we just find our own answers.
I guess so. Are you worried about Mazur and Foodle?
I don't know. I don't think so. I'm worried that whatever it is we're going to do is... I'm worried we might be getting them into more trouble than they need to be getting into.
That's what I'm worried about.
Well, I guess we'll see as we get closer.
I guess so. I kind of want to know, but I'm also kind of afraid.
Me too. Just do the best we can. We gotta deal with this upcoming attack first anyway, and goodness knows how this meeting is gonna go at Luxari. I wonder who he actually is.
Grandpa?
Yeah.
Me too. I wonder what it has to do with us.
Me too.
Did
Seems
he
an
say
awful
that?
lot of people know about us.
Didn't he say that in the other box? They were carrying a Quori across the mountains?
Malicos.
Malicos. What happened to them?
Didn't they use one of those boxes? No. They did.
And it weren't the one with the map in it. Unless a map can destroy a goblin army.
So maybe... Wasn't that box buried with the elf king?
Yeah. We saw them, saw the queen march back with it. she got buried with him. She was holding the box.
Well, I guess that's better than it being out there in the world. Although, I wouldn't mind talking to that Melikos either. If he's like us.
I guess we're hoping that when they buried the box, Melikos was inside it.
Are we?
No, I want to talk to him too. Damn.
I'm glad I'm not the only one. I am pretty concerned that so many people know about us, though. People that we haven't met before. Or at least I didn't think we met before.
I guess so far, most of them have been friendly, or at least not shooting lightning bolts at us right away.
Right. But we can't trust that they're all going to be like that.
No, we can't.
Just keep our guard up. But at least the grandfather gave us a little hope, right? We have a choice.
I think so. We have a choice. I want to protect our friends.
Me too.
That's what I choose.
That makes two of us.
I don't want to eat them, and I don't want to see no other Quori eating them. Nor
Kiona-
wild animals and such.
Kiona is filled with fuzzy, warm love feelings for Adelotti. She's like giving her a mental hug. She's still worried though. Adelotti know. They know it. They sit there in their little mental hug together, huddle, just still thinking, what if it just goes wrong?
Thinking, worrying,
yeah,
spiraling.
Yeah,
as they do. As they do.
As they do.
Before we bring the session to an end, is there anything that any business that Foodle or Mazur need to take care of? Kiona just got quite a bit of lore dumpiness.
So. You really did. I
Yeah,
apologize, guys.
Really cool. No, I love that. I thought that was awesome. I mean, goodness knows we've all had, times like that where, Foodle or Mazur are doing their thing. No, I think Foodle's just gonna, he's just gonna think about the plan, like this incoming attack that we're preparing for. Anyway.
Mazur good?
I can't think of anything.
Can't think of anything? Okay. We can draw the session to an adjournment there for the week.
Okey-dokey.
It's a pretty decent hour anyway. It's just past 10 o'clock on the west side here, so
yeah.
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
There was so much information.
Right?
Next week there's going to be quite a bit more dice rolling happening. There's going to be quite a bit more action happening. So this was most definitely an info heavy session, a real lore dump session.
Very good.
As was last week's session as well. I didn't intend for this week to go that way. We went way past my notes. which is cool because that just means you guys were into it. So
Yes.
I was.
We're getting
Well,
more.
this is the most you've given me. This is the most.
Dude, this is fucking crazy. Like, how old is
Right?
grandfather? He's like,
dude,
like
there are
100,000
pieces of the puzzle that are
years or
like
some
fitting
shit.
together, and then there's pieces of the puzzle that I'm like, what the fuck is this piece?
Yeah.
Where does it
Oh,
go? It just...
Yeah, we know so little about Narema. Like, oh my god.
Oh my
Like,
god.
I used her in that one shot, but that's all.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I was like, okay, well, she's the only one the only god that I
Right.
know that has anything to do with. But like, I don't know if it's a different one, right? Like,
but we have heard of her. We did hear of her. I feel like
Yep.
she was
Yeah.
associated with, because there was definitely the statue in Balian's thing. We went around. We have learned about her.
Mm-hmm.
Also, in Balian's Manor, where you found this story.
Where you found the book. Yeah. And Narema was the button that Kiona pushed to open whatever the secret in that chamber was.
Yeah.
And of course, Halius Garon, the old man, you know him.
Gary!
Gary. The little boy from the tavern.
Yowie.
Who you showed many interesting sights while you're in the back rooms of the tavern.
Oh god. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh, this is so exciting.
That was a
I'm
hell of a
excited for
session.
next week.
Ghost, thank you so much. Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
blast.
there's lots of stuff in there. Lots of stuff that I've set in motion like a year and a half ago.
Oh yeah.
No automaton activation limericks today. No, but every time they see a statue.
Oh, wind if winter comes, can spring be far behind?
That's right.
I can't believe how we've memorized that phrase. I just, it's such a random phrase. And now
I know,
feel
right?
like-
And Ghost in no way ever intended for that phrase to be like our.
It's like canon for us
I forget. I got it from an actual poem.
Yeah, a
yes,
Frost
that's right.
poem or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
Because
I remember reading the whole thing.
Percy Shelley? Percy Shelley.
Percy Shelley.
And literally, I found it by doing a Google search for like pretentious poem with like I wanted it to be like give off this impression that Balian has like a extremely pedestrian sort of grasp of poetry and like just like check out my poetry, yes, but it's all like like you hit it with Robert Frost, and I actually really love Robert Frost poetry, but people are like when you want to sound smart and cultured, you reach for Robert Frost poetry, which is direct. It's not complex at all. That's what I like about it. That's actually what I do like about it. But it's like people are like, yes, I read Robert Frost.
Mm-hmm.
So
oh my goodness.
That's why I reached for that. And now it's a catchphrase of our campaign.
Our campaign. It is one of our most famous quotes.
Every time we see a statue.
Yeah.
And it was only certain statues in that one certain place, and every time you see a stone statue in the rest of the world.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where it is.
Yeah, we for some reason think it's like this global statue command.
Bo, if I'm not mistaken, Percy Shelley is her husband.
Oh.
And when
Mary
they were young.
What is her name? Yeah.
Mary Shelley. Yeah.
Oh shit. Really?
That's
dope.
Yep. And when she was young, she and good old Percy went to, or is Percy her son? I don't know. Anyway, she and her husband when she was like 18
went to a cabin on vacation with friends, and the weather was bad, so they decided that they were going to be stuck indoors, and they were going to do a competition to see who could write the scariest ghost story. And she, for her part of their little competition between friends, wrote the story that became Frankenstein.
Oh shit!
Wow.
That's dope.
Interesting.
Which, if you've never... Yeah, okay, so he was her husband. That's what I thought. I thought he was either her husband or her son. I couldn't remember. But there's a whole dynasty there, right? Like, her mother was, like, a proto-feminist who was, like, a British supporter of the French Revolution.
Oh, wow.
Until the French Revolution, like, turned chauvinist. Because it was like, hey,
Ooh, a torrid love affair. We do love a torrid love affair.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Oh.
That was
Oh
fun,
my
guys.
goodness.
Thank you.
That was such a
Yeah.
blast.
Thank you, Collie and Wolf, for sitting through that lore dump with.
I thought
Flutter.
it was awesome because, like, I know it's Flutter or Kiona stuff, but like it affects all of us, right? Like this is like crazy world shit, you know? Anyway.
Yeah. I appreciate. Yeah, though, like,
That was awesome.
Yay. All right, Wolf.
Yeah.
Shall we sign off?
Yeah. But yeah, thanks, Ghost, and I'm excited for next week.
I don't know if Wolf's like completely dissociated or something.
I don't know.
Can he not hear us?
I can hear you.
Oh.
I just haven't really had much to say, so.
Yeah.
You're good. You're good. Oh.
But yeah, Ghost, that was a ton of fun. Thank you so much for running tonight. That was a blast.
Yes. It was good. Shall we?
Next time we'll get down to some action. I'm gonna send you guys a DM about what's coming up next session because you might want to strategize and plan for it.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
But obviously, all information I'm giving you is going to be on our side, not on the enemy side.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Wish me luck for an interview this week, guys. I really need all the best I can get.
Good luck at your job interview.
You're gonna rock it.
I hope so. Really use it. Oh, but thank you guys for being here. We appreciate you. Striker, Bo, Vino, Torvax was here. Gosh, you guys. Squanchy was here.
That's
Squanchy
right.
was here for a while, yeah.
We love you guys.
Chilling.
Squanchy just has like one of the best screen names.
Vinyl was here.
It really is one of the best screen names.
Frickin' Vinyl just from the kitchen. Like, oh my god. Oh, that was so funny. Anyway. What do you think, Wolf? Are we raiding out?
I'll probably
is that what
raid.
you're looking for?
I already looked.
So
there we go.
Ooh, we're raiding. Dottie Bear Contraire. Hell yeah.
Contraire.
Hell yeah.
I thought about doing Ian, but he's doing Baldur's Gate, and I can tell by his title that he's doing something really, really spoilery, so we're not going to go.
Oh, okay.
Don't look at his stream title.
Appreciate.
He hasn't done Act 3, so.
I appreciate that warning because I was lurking on him in the background, but I didn't look at what he was doing.
Don't
So
look. It's
okay.
massive spoilers. All right.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
Oh, goodness. All right, bye, everybody.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye,
See y'all next week.
friends.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.